Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a new episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 3. We're getting ready to begin our third season with the Colorado Avalanche. And it's been an interesting off-season. We've signed a couple more goal scorers. Take a quick look at our lines here. We signed Panarin and Neal. We signed... Yeah, that was basically all we signed. We had a hard free agent period. We didn't get all that we wanted, but we did get better. So that's the good news. The bad news is, of course, is that Tyson Jost continues to insist all he wants to do is play in college. This is going to be his third season in college. And it's getting frustrating because I'd really like to have him on our roster. Also picked up the rights of a couple interesting people through some trades. Let's check the transaction log. Just for our team. So we acquired Postma, but he's already... No, we still have him. We acquired Postma. We traded... Who do we trade for Postma? I think it was just a salary. Yeah, we traded Ennis. And then we traded Eric Johnson and a third-round draft pick for a center, Caleb Jones, who's got an interesting future ahead of him, and then the rights to another player, Eric Forstad. Or Cole Fonstad, if you don't like making up your own names. So we'll have to see what happens this season. We also signed Svechnikov, our number one draft pick, directly to our minor league system. I'm hoping for big things from him, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on him. Right, we're in the preseason, so we've got our line set. Our strategy is the Brooks system. We picked up some familiarity. Actually, we picked up no familiarity with it, so actually this is going to be a really useful training camp. So we'll see what happens. Away we go. It's the preseason, so we could lose every game and I wouldn't care. Oh, we got extensions, which is very nice. We're nowhere near the salary cap. Trading Johnson was partially a cost-cutting measure, but partially I didn't think he'd have a whole lot else to add for me. Yeah. Jesse Simmons got worse, but it doesn't really matter. A lot for Boykov. Greer's getting faster and faster. Although he could be even faster. Better leadership for Siemens. So 2 stars is we have to find a spot for him unless there is no spot for him. Okay, let's continue. Most of what I want to see in the preseason is A, if we can pick up some familiarity with the new scheme, and B, see if players improve at all. And I set up the scouting assignments last time, so you guys wanted to sit through that. I know sometimes it can be a bit dull. Now, the question I'm most interested in this... Oh, come on. Do you really need to start with injuries this early in the season? He's day-to-day for 10 days. Nothing that interesting. I mean, Jost is already almost at his max level. Right. Um, so I don't want to put him on the injured list. We're just going to scratch him, and we're going to dress Posma. And then we'll have the coach rebuild the lines. Oh, yeah, we'll have my chief assistant rebuild the lines. Do I have a chief assistant? Yeah, I have Army right now. It's actually, player management would be the most important for the pure assistant. So let's continue up to the regular season. At this point, after this season, we should begin to realize if I'm actually the one holding people back. And if a proper coach would actually make them better. Because I didn't work my way up. I went straight into the NHL, which means I'm probably holding back at least some of my players. So this is going to be something to consider in the future. We're 7 days from starting the NHL season. We're also being held back by the lack of an elite goaltender. We've got a decent one, but we don't have an elite one. And we're not likely to develop ours to that level, I don't believe. And that's really an important part, of course, about hockey, is that winning a lot of games with a bad goaltender is almost impossible. A great goaltender doesn't guarantee you a playoff spot, but a bad one can keep you from it. I don't care who has great games unless the person is on my team. And none of these people are on my team. Oh. Shit. I don't want to lose Comfort, but I can't keep him either. Or Berube. Shit, I did not anticipate this. I didn't realize that. You place on perimeter. We'll press on others. Other teams may claim them. Berube is 14-16. What's my current goaltender? Grubauer. 14-17. So if I lose him, I lose him. This is actually a good time to grab possible talent. So we're going to actually sim just 2 days in a row. And then whoever, if we can maybe make up for the loss of one or two guys waivers, by grabbing some playmaking centers if anyone tries to let those slip through. Oh, that's brilliant. Jonathan Bernier, Please mark all as red. I said all is red. There we are. Oh, Caleb Jones improved your right defense. Who cares? Here we go. Waivers. You're not worth it. You're not the right kind of center. I mean, I could claim you. You'd actually be a very good center. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll put in a claim for you. I'll move him back to center in a heartbeat. So we're at what? We need to send someone down. How long are you injured? Day to day. Can I send you down to the AHL? I can. Let's send down Grimaldi instead. If someone claims him on waivers, they claim him on waivers. It's not the end of the season. Perfect. That was really good, actually. That was a significant upgrade. And once he's healthy again, he'll provide a really good center for us. In fact, before I forget, let's actually turn him into a center. Cogliano is a center. And he'd instantly be like my number 2 center. And the only thing he's got problems with are his arms, so he's even pretty durable. He's ready for full contact, but he can't be dressed just yet. Okay, Fantenberg can be dressed. Let's go ahead and scratch Pospa. Dress Fantenberg. Rantanen's already at 2.5 stars. There's no one I can obviously scratch in his favor, so we'll just go ahead and let nature take its course. And our good friend Fartenberg is down on the 3rd line anyway, so it's not like it's crippling to not have him at the top of the game. You're going to move Grigorenko back to right wing. He's a 15 of faceoffs. Is Sundstrom actually a good center? He is not. So let's just get this over with, put him back. And then I recognize fully that we'll have to do one of these numbers. Let's have you play as a speedy forward and a grinder. There we go. Good. Right. Without further ado, let us proceed. We beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-3 in OT in a shootout. So that's exciting. And Johan Sundstrom is instantly injured. And he's gone for the season, basically. We'll move him to the injury list. Who do we want to call up? Let's see. Comfer's a decent playmaker, even if he's not the best at scoring. And you're pretty much just more a goal scorer type. So I'll actually go ahead and actually activate Comfer. And he'll be the guy who gets to ride the pine as the 5th center. Where's the guy I claimed? What, seriously, where's the guy I claimed? Cogliano, why doesn't he appear in my depth chart? Because you're still listing him as a right wing because it's the position he knows the best. Yeah. Let's dress Cogliano, and then I want to see what they do with him. You are not pushing Grigorenko to the 3rd. What is with this weird obsession you have with Hartikainen? he's a goal scorer. Kindly swap these two gentlemen. And then swap these gentlemen, because the whole point of getting Cogliano is that he could help move the puck. If I remember correctly, Cogliano's pretty decent at face-offs too, so he's the ideal center here. Let us remove all offensive roles here. Setup man. Two-way forward. You're going to be my speedy forward. And you can play as a punishing forward because you're pretty good at hitting people. And then you'll be my counter-attacking forward. There we go. Because I want Cogliano to feed the puck to Panarin and Grigorenko. And everyone else is fine. I'm not going to mess with the other pairings. So, let us continue. Played Dallas today. We won twice. Cogliano will be back soon. No game today, and then we have Columbus tomorrow. One thing I like about playing NHL games over playing baseball games is every single... What are you? You're not that great of it. One thing I really like is that every game feels important. And it's easy to lose track of individual games in baseball, but in hockey, every game feels important. Holy crap, 3 in a row. 4 goals in the first period, damn. Maybe I finally found a system that works. We destroyed the Kings. This is getting scary. Now, I don't expect us to, win 82 games. But just winning 4 games, and we're winning fairly decisively. Nah, we lost. And we lost 4-2. It wasn't going to last forever. But still. Zadorov, how long are you hurt? You're day-to-day for 6 days. I'm just going to scratch you and let Posma have your defensive pairing. So we'll move Fantenberg up. And then move Miloch over. And then Posma will play here. And I don't think... No, he did play on the penalty kill, didn't he? So... Fartenberg... Miloch... And Posma. Posma. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. I'll give you stay-at-home defenseman. You can have cross-clearing defenseman. Crease-clearing. Why do I keep saying cross-clearing? It's obviously crease-clearing. Stupid. For those of you who don't know hockey terms about it, the crease is the area right in front of the goaltender. You're going to be a two-way defenseman. And you're going to be a punishing defenseman. And that fixes this problem. Because the moment I tell the AI to rebuild the lines, you're going to try to either move Grigorenko down to the third line or something. And he deserves to be a major goal scorer on this team. That's what he does, is score goals. We'll play till the end of October and then take a quick peek at how people are doing. Our next game is the San Jose Sharks. If I knew Spanish for shark, I would make a clever comment, but I don't. It could be Los Sharks, I suppose, but I doubt it. I do know it would be Los because it would be plural. And we lost. And we got hammered pretty badly. But that's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I don't mind if we lose games. What I mind is when we lose like 8 in a row like we did last season. Can we get some sweet shark redemption? We can, and did. I didn't realize he was hurt. Ooh. A hat trick for Nathan McKinnon. Any other players here worth looking at? Not really. Good. Cogliano's now officially a center. Gotta love that. To the end of the month, my friends. Can we beat Tampa Bay? We can. 4-3 in OT. Zadarov is ready for full contact, but can't really be dressed yet. That's fine. I hope FHM4 uses more of a drag and drop system for setting up lines, like they do in OOTP. It would make it simpler, and I'd also be able to check. It would just make it simpler. We'll leave it at that. Right now, the interface is a little bit clunky. Let's go ahead and scratch Pasma and dress Zadarov. Scratch, dress. And then are Anderson and Zadarov the same skill level? They are. Miloc is only 1.5 stars. You know what? Let's move you over, and let's just for the present... Well, you know what? Here, this is actually simpler. Okay, you're doing the smart thing now. I don't care if you change the roles around. That's fine with me. Even if I don't necessarily see Panarin as the best. Is he a good passer? Okay, he's actually a magnificent passer. I have zero objections to making him the playmaker. That actually makes a lot more sense now that I look at him. He can score goals if he wants to. He can leave his friends behind. But yeah, he's actually a really good playmaker, so that was on me. See, we can work together and beat the Vancouver Canucks. This is one hell of a hot streak. And I weep, for I know that someday soon it will be over. And I'll be all, aww. Meh. Alright, who got better? Hartikainen. A little better. Kostein's stamina is improving. Oh my god, I want him on my team so badly. Joss had hit 3 stars. This is borderline unfair to tantalize me. And I can't get his contract till 2020. And you're not even letting him play more than 9 minutes a game. I could make you so awesome. Are you interesting? You're interesting, but not interesting enough. You make me cry, Yost. I'm gonna call you up next season. You're not even the best playmaker, but you're a really good passer. You make really good reads. And that'll make you a very good center. You got a lot of intangibles going on for you, too. I would like to look at the team schedule. So we did lose 3 in a row. But we've only had 2 blowouts of more than 4 goals. This is very encouraging. It means the defense is getting better and the offense is getting better. And again, as I've said oh, good Lord, I'm looking at the preseason. I'm an idiot. We've had 1 blowout loss, which was more than by more than 4 goals. Let's look at this game, too. When did all the scores happen? They all happened in the second goal period. We actually got totally dominated, and then we just snuck in that last goal toward the end. Way to go, Duchesne. Right, let's play another month. We got Columbus today. We beat Columbus 2-1. Winning a lot of close games worries me slightly, but maybe just means that Pickard has all of a sudden hit that 3-star level. I don't know. It's going to save here. That's fine. Our next game is against the Wild. I don't know why I made the WH sound there. I'm sorry. Okay, the board had better, like, freaking be delighted. Outstanding. All right. Interesting. I really wish I could acquire an elite goaltender, but I know this is, again, just, it seems like a silly complaint given the start to the season. We're in our first 10 games, we're 8-2. He is fully back. And a couple Ottawa trades. Interesting. Do I have any possible free agents I might want to trade? Bear's probably a restricted free agent. He's a tough physical center, but he's not the best at moving the puck around. I will renew contract. I'm going to give you the qualifying offer. I'm going to submit an offer of $900,000, which is enough to qualify for the qualifying offer. Apart from that, I don't know that I want to keep him for certain. Bear I do want to keep. I will happily give you... Ooh. What if I gave you a 2-way deal? And I give you a nice high salary in the minors. What do you say? Okay, he'd do it, but he needs a higher minor league salary. Fine, I'll give you $90K. That keeps me with some flexibility. Good. He's got enough interesting potential that I am curious to keep him around. And you. Oh no, you are not getting 2 million. You get 900 grand. Just to keep you from becoming an unrestricted free agent. Minnesota beat us, and that was kind of a beating. It's not great, but it's acceptable. And Bear took the new contract. Okay, so he'll get offer sheets from other clubs, but I believe I get first right of refusal. That was what being what happened last year. I must have just forgot to click the submit offer button. I wish. So, UI, user interface problem. They need to get rid of all the drop down boxes. There needs to be buttons. It shouldn't take me 4 clicks to make a contract offer. At least that's my opinion. Ooh, Rangers beat us. Especially when, at least the way FHM does it, hockey contracts are relatively less complicated than baseball contracts. There's not like secret clauses and stuff you need to worry about. It's mostly taken care of for you. Now, I don't know the intricacies of the NHL enough to know whether actual contracts are that uncomplicated. I suspect there's things like bonuses and so forth that you can earn. Can we beat the Jets? We can beat the Jets. 10-4 is a very nice start to the season. Can we make it 11-4? We can make it 10-5. I want to see a very quick experiment. I want to take a look at some statistics. Specifically, I want to see if it's my backup goaltender that's been giving up everything. Roster. There's a way to see offer sheets. Oh, these count as open offers. That's fine. Somewhere you can see RFAs and offer sheets. Ah, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so let's look at statistics and let's start. First of all, I want to see who's doing well this season. Duchesne's doing very well. McKinnon's doing well. Landeskog's doing well. Surprisingly, like, our major goal scorers aren't really scoring yet. I mean, this is only 15 games into the season. Goalie stats. Pickard is playing pretty much all the time. Let's look at the goalie starts. That's somewhat discouraging if he's playing all the time. I'm going to increase the imperative to give him some rest. I don't like the fact that in 15 games he's had 1 game off. And let's increase the imperative for having... If there's back-to-back games, I'd like to see them be a little more free about when they start the backup. It's not that I care if Grunhauer has a good season. I'd rather Pickard be the dude. I just don't want Pickard to get overloaded. Oh, come on, Cogliano. Seriously? Day-to-day. Can he play? He cannot. So we'll scratch him and dress Comfer and let you rebuild the lines. I don't like the fact we give up 5 goals in that last game, and that could very well be a sign of Pickard being overtired. Can you do it against the Bruins? You can. Well done, my friends. Well done. Another victory. A shutout this time. I don't remember what the actual what the normal stats is, but my general sense is that about 2/3 of the game should be started by your starting goalie, and about 1/3 should be started by your backup. It's roughly a 50-30 split. And 50 games for the starter, 30 for your backup, and maybe a little bit less than that. I remember Olaf Kolzig a few years ago started something insane like 70 games. That was just nuts. I can't imagine that ever happening again. You still think he should be scratched, but he's recovering nicely from his injuries, which pleases me. We could scratch Coglion or dress him if we want, and I think we will. Perfect. We beat the Buffalo Sabres. That's lovely. Now, I don't think we've played Edmonton yet. And Edmonton is one of the teams that scares me because they've just got... Oh, come on. Wait, what? He's not injured, is he? Day-to-day with teeth knocked out. Okay, this says he's out for 6 games. He's not going to miss any time. Suck it up, dude. You're a hockey player. It's your job to get your teeth knocked out. That's actually what happened to my dad, actually. He played goalie in an amateur game. Like, he wasn't like a pro hockey player or anything like that. He was just playing around the time he was in high school, and then he ate a puck, essentially, and lost most of his teeth. So by the age of, like, 28, he was, he already had dentures. Brutal stuff. Just like the Devils beating us like government mules 6-0. Cogliano is back. This pleases me significantly. We're getting a huge amount of rest early on in the season. I want to look at the standings after the month of November is done with. And we lost the Stars, but we lost 3-1, so... I mean, it's never good to lose, but I don't mind losing if it's by less than 3 goals. Landeskog is pretty much fine. We beat the Wild 2-1. I'm curious to see the standings now. Like, I'm actually look at like top statistics and see where my players are relative to their peers. And see if this is going to be, oh, this is a complete and utter meltdown coming, or this is sustainable. This is what the team might have always been capable of. He's back. Development report. Svechnikov is learning how to be a good defensive teammate. McKinnon's up to 4 full stars. Patera's still at half a star, but he's getting better. Anyone interesting? Costin, but I can't do anything with him because rules. There we go. Let's begin with the standings. Right now we are third in our division. And 23 games played, which is about average. And we're only 4 points behind the leader, which is the Blackhawks right now. Oh, I thought Edmonton was in our division. I guess not. I bet that changed. We're kind of middle of the pack in goals allowed and goals scored. Like, so within our own division... Oh, I can't score by goals for. That's a shame. Within our own division, 3 teams have more goals scored than us. Within our own division... 4 teams have a better defense than us. So we're probably overplaying our record right now. And look at this home record. We're 11-2 at home, 4-6 away. But let's look at the stats and see. This is just maybe one of my players overplaying their minds. 35 points by Sidney Crosby. I have no one in the top 15. Well, goals, nobody. Do I have anyone anywhere near the top of any category? Plus, minus. Landeskog, here we go. And Barry. Barry at 14, Landeskog at 13. Duchesne and McKinnon. I think it's just the first line gelling together really well. Well, here's Cogliano. He's pretty good at face-offs. Nothing interesting in any of these other categories. So 16 goals. So right now the league leader has 35 points. Our point leader has how many points? 20. Which is McKinnon. Yeah, the top of the lineup is really getting the work done. Panarin's feeding people, but it's not clear who he's feeding. Neil, maybe. Okay. What about our goalie? You are still not starting Grubauer. He started every one of our first 23 games. He's going to burn out. But he's got 2 shutouts. I mean, this is a 3-star goalie all of a sudden. And he was never a 3-star goalie before. So, yeah, there you go. See, 60 goals. So maybe, the backup team starting about 20 games. Let's continue on to January. Can we beat the Red Wings? We cannot. At least not this time around. Yeah, our number 1 line seems to be gelling really well. But I'm not seeing the production from the second line that I'm used to seeing. We'll see what happens. Board confidence. Significant T. Oh dear. 7-7-7 in the last month. We weren't going to keep that record up, and if you thought we were, you are perhaps partaking in adult beverages or controlled substances that you should not be doing. Can we beat Chicago? We cannot. Another 5-2 loss. Do I have to manually tell you to sit Pickard? I don't care if we lose. I care if our goaltender gets gassed before the All-Star break. I hope I get some kind of warning if someone else gives them an offer sheet. What was I looking for? He started one game. This is getting obscene. I don't care how good Pickard has been so far. There, increase the backup start frequency. He needs to play. Very high degree of your purpose. I mean, I know we've gotten really lucky rest patterns, but that still doesn't mean that I want Pickard playing every game. We'll see. Will Pickard start against Florida? We'll see. We won 6-1, which is really cool. Grigorenko hurts. I didn't mean that literally. He's day-to-day. 500 games played for our good friend Landeskog. Respiratory infection. Scratch him, start Comfer. No, sorry. No. Scratch him, start Rantanen. Because we want a wing starting. And then kindly rebuild the team. I'm getting genuinely concerned about losing either of my RFAs. I do think this should be much more obvious. I should know. Ooh, we got hammered by Carolina. Stupid Hurricanes. Not enough players. Oh, we lost our backup goaltender, got injured. And how long is he out? Two to 3 months. He tore his knee. That's fun. Berube. You are the new backup goaltender. And I need to change your role to backup. And then I need to check your training too. If you'll let me do it, I'll let him... You could both use some help, but I'm okay with Berube getting... No, you know what? I want you getting the goalie training. Because you're at your max of 3 stars. He could get a little better. Alright. Oh, we need to dress him too. Sorry. Alright, let's continue. Oh, very well. I'll manually drop him in the G2. See, the thing is, they won't put him in. I actually have to literally go in there and tell them, please, put Baru... I have to make the AI do that. Weird bug. Weird bug. Come on, Washington. Fail. Excellent. Had to beat him in OT, but a win's a win, right? Dallas, a win here would be very helpful. So we lose 3-0. It's the games where we only score 0 or 1 goal that worry me. Because I don't think we have a stiff enough defense yet. Up, we lost an OT. It's still a point, though. I think we're cooling off a little bit. In terms of sheer, offensive flurry. Please check my PMs. Grigorenko is not quite ready to be dressed, but he will be soon. Frickin' Capitals beat us. Grigorenko can now be dressed, so we shall. We will scratch Rantanen and dress Grigorenko. Why do you keep moving down Cogliano? No. Cogliano is the line 2 center. Actually, you guys are about the same. Let's take a quick look and actually see if the AI might be right again. Okay. Good screener, good at getting open, good at hitting, so he's a more physical two-way forward. A decent passer. He's got really good leadership, but he's a little slower. Now, if we compare him to Cogliano, Cogliano's very, very fast. But I think I like him actually. I like this line better. I actually like the idea of Hartikainen as a distributor. That's good. I like it. Proceed. $17, 13, and 1 is a very fine start to the season for us. Come on. Yes, we beat Winnipeg again. I think we beat Winnipeg like 4 times already. They're like the one team we just kind of rough up. He's getting better at playing as a center. Delightful. We beat Arizona. Can we get win number 20 against the Wild? Now, see, Minnesota's beaten us, I think, every time this season. Except this time. It took OT, but we got 20 wins, my friends. We got 20 wins. Can we beat Detroit? Of course, we have to play Detroit. We did beat Detroit, but oh, good Lord, was that a bloodbath in terms of goals. It's nice to win one of those every now and again. It's nice to win every game. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I like winning these games, but I don't like winning those games. I like winning every game. And here's the thing. Scanning the statistics, there's no obvious reason that we should be playing this much better. Except that the whole first line is healthy and playing together. Chemistry counts for a lot in hockey. And again, I keep comparing hockey and baseball. I know football pretty well too, but I haven't found a good football game yet. If you can think of one, by all means, and I mean American football, by the way. I don't really care for soccer very much. We got beat by the Penguins. Still a lot to prove. Yeah, if you can think of a really good football player that you yourself, or a really good American football game that you yourself enjoy, feel free to toss it in the comments and I'll give it a look. We lost 2 people. Tatar is day to day. And Milos is day to day. So we do scratch, dress, scratch, dress. And then let the coach go ahead and put the line together. It's not the end of the world. No, I think the way restricted free agency in hockey works is if no one else matches their offer sheet, I keep them at the qualifying offer price. Which should be pretty sweet. Do I get any cool player polls? No. Man. Jerks. You couldn't have picked one guy from Colorado, just one. Like, you know, Nikita Zadorov enjoys giving people hot feet the most. Although I guess you can't really do that in hockey, can you? Like when in like the old days in baseball, they probably still do it actually. You put match heads in their socks, and as they walk around, it lights them and burns their feet and so forth. Oh man. One of my guys should be winning this award. Boyle is pretty much useless at this point. Hansen's improved. Sveshnikov is a better teammate. Not exactly what I need to see, but okay. Grigorenko, I think, is at 20 speed. 18. He just keeps getting faster. I really like him. Patera's more determined, for whatever that's worth. Jost got faster. He's now in blue levels of speed. Miloch is braver. Greer got determination leveled up. It's pretty good. Let's proceed. I like to think we'll get some actual all-stars this season. I just don't know who. We've won 22 games. That's got to be worth something. Can't believe he's upset. Ooh, 7-5. Jerks. This is a really uneven draft. What if this is Joe Sakic's son? It probably is. It's not that common a last name. Even in hockey. We beat the Jets again? Man. There's just something about the Winnipeg Jets that just drives the Avalanche crazy. Maybe like pooped in our cereal or something. But man. He'll miss 5 months. Well, but. To the injury list you go. Okay, we've got a lot of scouting reports, which means we'll need to work on rebuilding that. We need to activate a new center. Or a new wing. We can do it for Boyle. He probably wants to play in the NHL. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't want to play in the NHL. I would like to play in the NHL, even though I'd probably get my ass handed to me, because I'm not a very strong or intimidating person. Not physically, anyway. Okie dokie. Continue. How are we doing with the goaltending, by the way? Are we starting to get more of a balance? Pickard still started 36 games. Berube has started 2. But, yeah, Pickard's like, intestines are just going to fall out during a game. She's like, where do those come from? Aren't those supposed to be on the inside? Like, nope, sorry, Pickard, not for you. What show was it where they talked about having brain packs so you'd be extra smart? I want to say it was Futurama, but I don't think it was Futurama. Tatar will be back soon. I could dress him should I choose. We'll scratch Comfort and dress Tatar. That's fine. Wait, what? You're pushing Landeskog down? After all I just went through trying to explain how good we were. Okay, Panarin is 3.5 stars. That makes sense. I guess it kind of does make sense, but it's just so weird. Because Landeskog is actually having a pretty solid season. And now we're pushing him down to the third line. But I'm willing to give it a shot. Because I think Panarin is having a fantastic season. 24 points. Now, granted, he's had 70 the last 3 seasons, but, you know. Let's do a really quick check of the offensive stats. So we've got 30 points for Duchesne, 28 for McKinnon, 24 for Landeskog, 24 for Panarin, 21 for Tatar. Barry, 8 goals? Your career high is 13. I don't know, all of a sudden you become such a good goal scorer. Okie dokie. I can't imagine 36 points is anywhere near close to the top. Nope. Frickin' Sidney Crosby. I'm the greatest hockey player of my generation. He'll never be another Gretzky, but it's like there'll never be another Michael Jordan. There'll never be another, depending on how you want to look at it, either Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is actually the better hitter, but I know a lot of people still prefer Babe Ruth. To each their own. Or Hank Aaron. That's fine too. I would say probably, well, you could say there'll never be another Willie Mays. And this is going to sound kind of like heresy. Ken Griffey Jr. was awfully damn close to Willie Mays. The only difference is that Ken Griffey Jr. hung on way too long to pick up like home runs and hits and so forth. And Willie Mays retired. He was pretty damn solid. Although his years with the Mets weren't anything to write home about. I think it was the Mets he played for. In the last couple seasons of his career. I'm talking about Willie Mays, not Ken Griffey Jr. Miloch will be back soon. Let's check. Yeah, see, my offers are still standing. Because no one's offering them more than that because they don't want to lose draft picks. I don't know that I want to lose them either. I don't know that I want to lose them either. It's been an interesting season so far. We'll just sit on Milosh for now. I don't have a pressing need to call him up just yet. I don't even know if I'm going to stress him. A lot depends on how Posma's playing. He's almost 100%. Can we beat the Sabres? We did beat the Sabres. Okay, Milos is back 100%. In 36 games, he's acquired 53 penalty minutes and is a minus 12. What does Posma look like? In 8 games, he's a minus 5. I've really given him a chance. But the thing is, the more he plays, the better Miloc will get. So it's really hard for me to sit here and tell you with a straight face that it's a better idea to keep him on the bench. It's not. It's a better idea to give him actual gameplay. Rantanen is 1 point. I should have traded Hamilton last season. We got this weird season where, despite the fact he spent most of his season in AAA, not AAA, in the on the third line, he still scored 18 goals. How many double-digit goal scorers? Grigorenko's almost there with 10. We'll have to see. It's so tricky. It's weird that we're not putting Landeskog on the first line anymore. I get it, but it's still weird to me. I mean, we just destroyed Vancouver. Destroyed isn't unfair. 3-0 is a pretty common hockey score. I just find it really confusing that there's never been a good American football simulation. At least not that I've played. I tried Football Mogul once a long time ago, and I just couldn't get into it. Ooh, that's a bloody game, relatively speaking, against the Calgary Flames. Then again, the first time I played Baseball Mogul, Avalanche won again. I didn't like it. And I would play like your triple play baseball, your high heat. I know I just dated myself. High Heat 2001 was my favorite baseball game for a very long time. And then I'd play NHL, but it took me long. I got into baseball, then hockey, then football. All right around the time I was in high school. Baseball a little before. Damn, we beat the Devils. All of a sudden, we're on this major league goal scoring kick. But yeah, Madden plays a decent game of football, and if I'm playing at home on my PlayStation, I love playing Madden. But there hasn't been a good football simulator, and it seems to me like it would be a relatively easy thing to do. Saying this, I'm not a game developer. I've never designed a game in my life. It seems to me like it wouldn't be, because there's only 16 games in a football season. And if you treat a, and I mean, there's only an hour of game time. I don't know. Out of the Park Baseball was working on a football game for a while, and then unfortunately, the guy who was leading development got sick, and I don't think they've started anything since then. Called Beyond the Sidelines Football. And I would snap that up tomorrow if they offered it, but maybe football is just one of those sports. I think it's one of those sports, if you play Madden, you'll notice that, we're at the All-Star break. I'll finish my thought, and then we'll take a look at everything. Number 2 in the conference standings, nice. Is that they seem to put a lot more attention on the engine than the simulation goodness. How good the simulation is. How interesting it is to play franchise. There was one game, NFL Head Coach, was made by the people who made Madden. And it was a football simulator, and it was brilliant. I loved the crap out of that game. And they've just never done it again. I guess that there wasn't much of an audience. It was so good. Offering contracts was fun. You could set up the team. You could create your own plays and make the team run them. It was everything about Madden but playing the football games. And as much fun as those are, it was just, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it never took off. Unless people just don't like football simulations. And that's, that's fine. I've had people comment on my baseball videos that they think it looks spreadsheets. It's more than spreadsheets, but I can grant you that it kind of looks like that. But just really weird to me. So if you are a game developer and you're looking for a way to make a lot of money, I think there's an untapped simulation audience for football games. American football. I don't know. I think most of my audience is American, but there might be some Canadians and Europeans and people of that nature who prefer more standard football, and that's fine. I don't like it, but, that's your prerogative. There's a lot of money to be made, in my opinion. But we have reached the end of this episode. Let's take a quick look and see who, if anyone, made the All-Star team. Simon Onerud, I remember this guy. Used to play for me. And you did a pretty crappy job, and so I got rid of you. Ooh, Cleveland Monsters. Mike Coley, Calvin Pickard made it, Nathan McKinnon made it, Matt Duchene made it, Kevin Shattenkirk made it. I think it's by conference. So not bad. 4 All-Stars. If we look here, they don't get a cool little All-Star icon? Maybe they will next game. After we play the game. So let's take a quick look at how our team is doing offensively. We've got 2 40-point scorers in Duchene and McKinnon. Tatar has shot up the charts with plus 30+, Panarin 30+. We don't have a Sidney Crosby type. We've got so many players clustered around the same area that they're all really helping, and they're building people up very nicely. We arguably have 3 potential lines of goal scorers. Just so crazy. Grigorenko, 27 points. His previous high for us was 37. I think he'll break that. Speaking of highs, we're 33-15 now. No, I wanted our history, not the NHL history. We won 31 games all season last year. 30 games in 2016. We have not played all of our games, and we're already better than we've been the last 2 seasons. It's brilliant. It's really exciting. I love it. I remember David Abisher. He wasn't that good. I guess he was better than I thought he was. So, really exciting times. I don't want to say we've got a playoff spot locked up. So I think it's the division winners, then the wild card. I mean, we're 3rd in the league. So this is... It'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half of the season. But even if we totally shit the bed, we've got an excellent chance of making the playoffs. Holy crap. If I were to offer you a contract... Wait. Oh, you don't think you can offer... I don't think you can do offer sheets until the end of the season? Front office. Yeah, it's got to be the end of the... It's got to be the end of the season. Arvidsson's a pretty good player. Oh, he's an RFA. Yeah, the Predators own him. Nope. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just remove offer. What does top mean? I think this is the team that's made the best offer. I don't necessarily want to lose either one of these guys. I'm just curious to see how this contract works. But, okay, enough of my jabbering. That's been it for this episode, which I hope you have enjoyed as much as I have. It's really heartening to see how much a team has turned around, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next episode and see if we can make the playoffs and do some damage there. But that'll be for next episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And of course, as always, this has been Avindian, bidding you good day.